Hey guys, you know, I think that sometimes we can think that we're authorities on things or that we know a lot about stuff, but really we're on a planet spinning around and we don't know how we got here and we don't know how to get off the planet until we die. I don't really think that constitutes knowledge. So I'm here to tell you that I don't know that much about that much. And I don't view myself as an authority on anything, especially not non-Christian religions. I can tell you what I know. This is what I know about the whole religious world, the spiritual world. When I was 19 years old, I was doing all kinds of dirt and naughty stuff. And I saw this movie, Ben-Hur, with Charlton Heston, where Ben-Hur's sisters had leprosy, and Jesus heals them in the movie. He was carrying his cross, and the shadow of his cross fell on Ben-Hur's sisters, and they got healed of leprosy. And I was so turned on by that. I was so on fire for what I was seeing that I broke down in tears. I threw up my hands. I stood up from the couch. I threw up my hands to my parents' basement, and I said out loud, "My whole life is yours." Having very little idea what I did, I just did it. And then I called a friend of mine, Hope Bartlett, who was like a born-again Christian, and I told her what I did, and she was kind of like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then all of a sudden, I started feeling I started feeling the chills when I would read certain things in certain textbooks that I was reading, or when I would hear certain things spoken about the world. I would feel the chills, and I just started getting kind of, more into right and wrong and justice and mercy and faith and those kinds of things. And then when I was 21 years old, I wrote a poem called "I Speak of God," which was kind of like a gay person coming out of the closet. I was like, look, I believe in something. And so I wrote a poem called "I Speak of God." And then I wrote a book called A Book of Rhythm. I took time off at Northwestern, and I wrote a book called A Book of Rhythm, which was pretty negative, but also had some stuff about God in it. Then I got married when I was 23, and when I joined this church, Monumental Baptist Church, I formally gave my life to Christ. And when I got baptized, I was on fire for the Lord and for spreading the gospel and for everything. And then gradually I started to believe in eternal hell, and then I started getting really freaked out because I was like, eternal hell is some really negative stuff. And then this guy told me when I was doing ministry one day that eternal hell was just a disinfecting place and didn't last forever. And I knew that he was right because I felt the Holy Spirit all over myself. And I disavowed what he said. I just ignored what he said. I was just like, you're a false prophet, even though I knew he was right. I called him a false prophet. And then I went through 2 years of hell. And then I finally acknowledged universal salvation. And then I went through some more hell. And then I had a few years of really good times. And then I went through some more hell in 2011. When I went through this hell, this powerful woman, Mary Olivia, gave me this book called Autobiography of a Yogi. I read it. It changed my life. I mean, these yogis were so Christ-like. I was like, oh my God, they're so Christ-like. They just changed my life. Reading about them and the miracles they did in their lives, it totally changed my life. Am I a Hindu? No, I'm not a Hindu. Do I believe that all the Hindu gods are good? I don't know. I don't know enough about the Hindu gods. I know Vishnu, Shiva, Krishna, Ganesha, but I don't know much about Hinduism. You know? So, when you think about it, I just think that I know that Jesus Christ is Lord because it resonates with my heart deeply, you know? And I think that I know that he's the way to salvation, like John 14:6 says. I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father but by me. That resonates with my heart so much. But I'll tell you something else. Some of this other religious stuff resonates with my heart too. When I read Autobiography of a Yogi, it resonated with my heart deeply. Deeply. And when I see Buddhist monks to this day, the Holy Spirit urges me to pay them homage and pay them respect. What's that? I don't know what that is. So, what is the moral of this story? I don't know. When I post videos, I'm just posting my opinion. And you can take it or leave it. And this is what I'm giving you in this particular video right now. These 3 things I'm pretty sure of. But I'm not totally sure. But I'm pretty sure of these 3 things. God is love. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And you really got to go through him to get the fullness of love, irrespective of what your culture or any of that stuff is. And everybody in the end, including the devil, gets a happy ending, because that's the kind of God we serve. Those are the 3 things that I'm pretty sure of. Everything else, I don't know. It's a mystery. It's a mystery to me. And I don't claim to be an authority. I don't want to be an authority. Because I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you that I knew, but I don't know. I'm doing the best that I can. And I believe that we serve a God of love who's got a good destiny for us all. And that Jesus is the best reflection of that God of anybody anywhere. That's all I got for you. Is Hinduism true? I don't know. Is Hinduism false? I don't know. Is Islam true? I don't know. Is Islam false? I don't know. Do they move me? Yes. Muslim imams and their devotion and the 5 pillars of Islam move me. Ramadan moves me. Does the Bhagavad Gita move me in certain sections? Yes. Does the Autobiography of a Yogi move me? Yes. Do Baha'is in their tolerance of all religions move me? Yes, they do. But do I know anything about them really for sure? No, I don't. Do I know how this whole thing works? Definitely not. Definitely not. So much is a mystery to me. I don't know how we got on this planet. I don't know why we're spinning around on it. I don't know why we go through the same cycles over and over and over again in life. There's so much that I don't know that if you were to take what I don't know compared to what I know, it's like taking one speck of sand and putting it into a backyard pool. The water in the pool is what I don't know, and the speck of sand is what I know. We're all trying the best that we can. I know that. Linehan, the author of DBT, came up with that, and I agree with her. But do I know for sure anything? No. I trust that God's got a way for all of us to make it. And I believe that way is Jesus Christ. So I gotta tell you, that's it. There's nothing else that I got for you. Because I'm not an expert on anything. When I ask you to give your life to Jesus Christ, it's because I think I'm sincerely giving you an opportunity to have a wondrous experience with the best thing that ever happened to the earth. But it's just my belief, guys. I'm not an expert. So I love you. This is Captain Kirk signing off, saying, God is love. Jesus Christ is Lord. And we're all going to get a happy ending. I'm pretty sure of those things. Love you. Peace out.